To people who actually ordered special growth pills from pornography website ads, what actually happened and why did you do it? A few years ago, a morning radio host in Detroit tried a few different ones that they sell at gas stations and went on the air with the results. It was mostly diarrhea. How I wish you put a serious tag on this. I have a strange curiosity and was hoping to know. But unfortunately you're only getting a bunch of smartass answers, sad face. Well, I did get a growth. And it has gotten bigger. I've been told it's begun to develop teeth, but I can't tell since it's on the back of my neck. It sings to me at night. Such sweet melodies of fire and flesh. Was given a sample of another company's take on Viagra when I bought a fleshlight. Figured why not, I had 3 days off, let's see what happens. Well, what happened was I was erect for 2 hours. After that I felt like someone was squeezing my kidneys. Sometime later it turned into a sharp pain. Literally felt like someone was shoving ice picks into my kidneys. All while being semi-erect, oddly enough. I didn't sleep that night. The pain ran into most the next day too. Then over the course of a couple minutes it went from 100 to 0 and the pain and boners were gone. I looked it up and apparently 35% of all users report an allergic reaction where the user describes a sharp pain in the kidneys. Grabbed one of those cheesy off-the-shelf ones Walmart used to carry while back in college. Was real JUNT0 curious to see what they would do to a healthy 19-year-old. Fucked my then girlfriend 4 times that night and never went soft. It was weird and got pretty sore after a while. Pharmacist here who took a class on the online trade of medical drugs. Erection pills ordered online do generally actually contain the substance that they claim they do. Be it in a very varying dose and often with some impurities mixed in. It's more likely to be a scam than dangerous. But can be both. What people tend to forget is that we can't inform you or check for interactions when you order behind our back. That's when things get tricky. My BF got some kind of minty lube stuff that was meant to be put on a bit before sex. It certainly worked. He got some extra girth and was absolutely noticeable. As a prank he put some on me, and yet it was freezing and I was not ready for how cold it was on my lady peen part. Girls, if you ever want to stick out and make it easier for the boys to find, that'll do the trick, LOL. A buddy and I tried a natural testosterone supplement to see if it actually did anything. Didn't do anything for size, but it must have done the trick on the testosterone levels. Erectin will have you waking up angry and staying that way all day. Bonus is that you are also horny as hell the whole time and want to duck everything. Give it a solid 8/10 as my wife didn't mind me taking it and the sex was amazing. LOL. Way back when circa 1999 Maxim magazine advertised a pill called Longitude with a pic like YB average. Young me was like, well, you why settle, so I bought them. Basically it seemed like all they did was give me half an erection most of the day but no real growth etc, but possible harder. A few years later I was included in a lawsuit against them and got my money back. I can tell you what happened to a guy I used to work with who ordered some. His workmates found them in his van, had something like size limators. Com on the bottle. And laughed for 10 miles. And after being sworn to secrecy, they ended up telling everyone in the office too. He didn't work for us very long after that. I don't think that I have any effect. But we all know it's in the mind. So if guys think they help, they can really help or have effect. Make them more erected, believing in the effect, more confident and so on. About 10 years ago, my brother got a bottle of Extens in a parcel that was addressed to his house but had an old guy's name on it. We know the guy but he's greasy as duck and sold hard drugs to teenagers, etc. My bro didn't know what to do with it, so he wrapped it up in Christmas paper and stopped by our male cousin's place to visit and left it under the tree. To this day we're not sure if he knows who left it there. My boyfriend took some from the gas station. He was a little harder than normal and lasted a little longer. But I hated that he felt he had to take those. He's not huge but he's the ducking best in bed. I used them in the vegetable garden to grow plants faster. My wife is always asking why the big black silky eggplant makes her feel so horny. I tried Hero Tabs years ago. It basically led to a 48-hour FAPA-thon and chaffing. Probably should have waited till I had a girlfriend in retrospect. I tried fermented crab once, and after the first round I was ready to jump right back in the race. I know somebody that ordered a box named How to Enlarge Your Penis. I think it costed about $50 and the guy basically just got a magnifying glass in a box. Poor guy. I've never tried them, but I had a coworker tell me that her boyfriend took horny goat weed pills, whatever the duck kind of supplement that is, and it made him rock hard for a while. She shared a little more than we cared to hear. Fiancé tried Extense just for fun. Said it mostly gave him energy and stamina and wanted to go again after a few minutes. Probably extra horny from placebo, but didn't change the size at all. The adage, if it really works, they'd make it illegal, holds true here, because if it did, it would take away billions from a near trillion-dollar medical industry. That's why things like cannabis is illegal. Not because it cures anything, I don't believe the hype on that, but because it facilitates healing better than many drugs. So huge dollars lost if legal. Also, if it works, why not a supplement that makes it smaller for those uncomfortable with their size? Having a BD is not always all it is cracked up to be. But if the former actually did work, there would be an industry to reduce size too. I haven't seen any. I am a healthy male in my 30s. Lived in the Caribbean for a while. Whenever myself and the lady were going to have an extra special night, I would go to the pharmacy and get some nitro. It was packaged like some sort of hybrid between a 5-hour energy and a monster, and I have to say it worked. Hardness, a bit of extra length, resilience. I don't know what was in the stuff. Sometimes I'd mix it with Coke and it made me feel like if my heart didn't pop it'd be my wood first. Before I got sober I was addicted to caffeine pills and OTC uppers. I'd pretty much take anything. I bought a box of libido pills, that was literally the name. Had a bunch of random chemicals and plants in them. Took a handful of them over the recommended dose. Skin flush, heart palpitations, anxiety, dick still the same. A friend of mine dropped a ton of acid. As a result he couldn't get it up. His GF at the time dropped some gas station pills in his sports drink before a basketball game. Dude was rock hard the whole time. When I was a youngster sneaking into my dad's stash, I saw that those ads in the back of men's magazines actually had the words placebo and spurious written as large as you please, not in tiny print all over them. As a precocious kid with a large vocabulary, I think I was more mystified at what adults were thinking. Buying something openly admitting it was fakety fake, than I was by their seemingly insatiable and clinical interest in various women's private parts. Silagra and Viagra are good. Comagra not so good. Felt like I was coming up on ecstasy with light killing my eyes and my heart beating like a jackhammer. Same results with the girls I was with. There are pills for erection, ornament for stamina, and tools for enlargement. I used one of them. Not gonna be super specific, but I'll say this. It worked but took the fun out of it. I can answer this. I got these growth pills from a gas station. They were mostly this active ingredient called arginine. I think it made my ears red and my erection was much harder and it reduced my refractory period. Overall, not a bad buy. I'm a little late, but look up Ben Greenfield. He did a study testing every different way and documented it pretty well, was even on JRE talking about it. My friend in middle school took some and now has an 8-incher. Everyone knows about it and I'm curious what he took but too scared to ask. Differently to the question asked. My anxiety gets the better of me even with a partner I've had for a couple of months and messes up sexy time. Any pills y'all know I can try to power through the anxiety? I've read vitamin D and workouts, all of which I do. I take Centrum multivitamin that gives me 150% DV of vitamin D and 73% of zinc. Apart from this, I'm lost.